this video, we're going to go over the rules for multiplying radicals together. Step 1. Multiply the numbers on the outside of the radical symbol together. Step 2. Multiply the numbers on the inside of the radical symbol. And then your last step, something you always need to do with radicals, you simplify. So it's just this easy. We're going to take what's on the outside of the radical symbol, multiply those together, take what's on the inside of the radical symbol, multiply those together, and then simplify. So let's look at our first example. Following these rules right up here, we're going to multiply what's on the outside. So on the outside of this one, I have a 2. On the outside of this one, I have a 4. 2 times 4 is 8. I make my radical symbol, and then I multiply what's inside the radicals together. There's a 2 on the inside, a 12 on the inside. Multiply those two together, I get 24. Then I simplify this radical. I use upside down division. I divide this by the smallest prime number. Continue to use 2 until I can't use it anymore. And I stop when I get a prime number. Remember, I'm worrying about pairs. So a pair of 2's allows me to write 1 2 on the outside. I already have an 8 on the outside, so I need to take this 8 and multiply it to this 2 that I'm about to put out there. I have these two singles. They go up under the radical symbol, and I multiply those together as well. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 3 is 6. So simplifying this is just like the video that we've gone over before about simplifying. You multiply the outside together, you multiply the inside together, and then you simplify. Next example, I'm going to go through my rules again. The first thing you do is multiply anything on the outside. A negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Make your radical symbol. Then I multiply the numbers on the inside of the radical symbol together. 6 times 2 is 12. Once I multiply what's on the outside and I multiply what's on the inside, then I simply need to simplify this. I'm going to take 12, use upside down division, divide it by the smallest prime number, which is 2. Continue to use 2 until 2 doesn't work, and stop when I get another prime number right here. This means I need to write a 2 on the outside. So I'm going to make my radical symbol. I'm going to go ahead and put negative 6 out there, and I need to multiply that by 2 because I've got a pair. A pair allows me to write a 2 on the outside out here. Anything I have a single of goes up under the radical symbol. Multiply this on the outside. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12 square root of 3. They may give you problems that look like this, where they're asking you to square something. If you square something, that's simply taking what's inside the parentheses and multiplying to itself. Rewriting this would be 3 square root of 5 times 3 square root of 5. And then we begin to use our rules. Our rules tell us to multiply what's on the outside first. 3 times 3 is 9. And multiply what's on the inside. 5 times 5 is 25. I need to simplify this. I can actually take the square root of 25. The square root of 25 simplified is simply 5. So this right here, I bring down my 9 times, because they're beside each other, and whatever the square root of 25 is, which is 5. 9 times 5, 45. So if it has a square, a cube, you would write it 3 times. To the 4th power, you would write it 4 times. Doesn't matter how many you have, you multiply everything on the outside, multiply everything on the inside, and then simplify. In this problem, we have variables. Just like the other ones, the rules stay the same. We multiply what's on the outside. I have nothing on the outside. I multiply what's on the inside. So let me multiply what's on the inside. 6 times 10 is 60. I've got how many x's right here? 4. How many x's right here? 3, for a total of 7 x's. Once I multiply what's on the outside and multiply what's on the inside, I need to simplify this. So I come over here, I start using upside down division, start with my lowest prime number, continue to use it until I can't use it anymore. Once I use 2, I go to my next one, which is 3, and I stop when I get a prime number. Pairs tell me what number goes on the outside. So I'm going to make a radical symbol again. I put a 2 on the outside, leaving some space for my variables. My singles go on the inside. That would be a 3 and a 5, and I multiply those together. So I've got my number simplified. Now I need to simplify the variables. I need to write down 7 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I need to start pairing them up. There's a pair, there's a pair, and there's a pair. For every pair, just like the numbers, I can write 1 on the outside. An easy way to show how many you're going to multiply together is to use an exponent. The exponent is going to be 3 because I have 3 pairs. And I have 1 single on the inside. I got everything on the outside multiplied together. Now I need to multiply on the inside. 3 times 5 is 15, and I bring that x down. I'm going to take and multiply what I have on the outside. So, 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. And an exponent tells you how many x's you have out here on the outside. How many x's are being multiplied together. I have 2 x's on the outside already, so I put x to the second power. Radical symbol, and I start multiplying to what's on the inside. 2 times 12, 24. And I write down an x, then I need to see how many x's are up under there. There's 3 right there, 2 right there, for a total of 5 x's up under there. I multiply on the outside. That exponent tells me how many x's are being multiplied together. This exponent tells me how many x's are being multiplied together up under the radical symbol. Now I simply need to simplify that. Use upside down division. Take 24, divide it by 2. Continue to use 2 until I can't use 2 anymore. And I stop when I get a prime number. Looking for pairs. There is a pair of 2's. So I'm going to bring this down, write 30x squared. There's my square root symbol. And I know this gets multiplied by a 2. I write a 2 on the outside. What I have left over, these singles, are going to go up under here. That would be a 2 from right there times 3. Now I'm going to figure out how many of these x's need to be put on the outside and how many need to be left over on the inside. We're going to do it this way. We're going to pair things up. So I'm going to write a total of 5 x's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to start pairing them up. There's a pair, and there's a pair, for a total of 2 x's on the outside. So times x to the second power, because I've got 2 of them that go on the outside. Now these x's right here came from here, and these were already out there. I've got a single left over, so times that single x right there. I multiply the numbers together first. The numbers go first, then the letter. 2 times 30 is 60. Then I write down the letter that I'm using on the outside, which is x, and I add all these x's up. I have 2 x's being multiplied together and 2 x's being multiplied together for a total of 4 x's being multiplied together. That's all this right here multiplied together, all put together. Radical symbol, 2 times 3 is 6. And then to show that I'm multiplying, I put an x beside it.